Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. Today we're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm calling it something old and something new. The old part of it is a few of the embellishments that I'm using, and then the new part is something that comes from our new catalog, which is going to be available on May 1st. Now, if you are a demonstrator, you get to see it ahead of time, which is one of the perks of being a demo. And we can talk about that more later. I do want to direct you, if you're watching on YouTube, of course you can watch all my videos there, but if you go to my website, stampmesilly.com, there's a lot of freebies there. Each of my videos that you might see on YouTube have things like project sheets and measurements and all of that kind of information. So you might want to check that out. If you have any questions or if you'd like a copy of the new catalog, give me an email at jandufour@yahoo.com. If there's anything you'd like that you see here that you'd like to order, you can go directly to my online store at jandufour.stampinup.net. Right. So what I've done this time is in our new catalog, they are trying to separate how different types of stampers like to see different things. For example, if you're a brand new stamper and you don't have a lot of supplies, one of the great things we've always said is you can get a kit, because everything in the kit everything you need is in the kit. And that's a great way to do that. But they've kind of expanded a little bit on that. And they've started with giving us some stationery packs. Now, we've had stationery packs in the past that you could use with Memories and More cards. And there are videos, if you go back to my website and search Memories and More, or just Memories will bring it up. You'll see the different things I've done with them. But there's two here, and that's because I have two packs. There's really only 5 of them. But first of all, look at the cute envelopes. I mean, all of the envelopes are fancy, which I almost never do anything with the envelopes, but I think people appreciate pretty envelopes. And this one is real subtle. I don't know if you can see, maybe not. But there's like a tone on tone here of this type of pattern all over. And then there's this one, which is awful pretty with the grays. I think it's Pebbled Path, if I had to guess. That would be my guess on what that is. And there's black and Pebbled Path. And I don't know, I don't really see anything on the actual envelope. It might be plain, or it might have a subtle background pattern. I'm not sure. But anyway, so you get 5 of these in a pack, and they come with the cards to match. Before I show you that, there's also things called Ephemera Packs now, and there's 4 different kinds. Of course, I got all of them because that's me. And what they are things that you can put on your card so that you don't have to have a lot of other supplies. So again, it's not that it makes it a simple card, it's just that it gives you the opportunity to not have to have a lot of supplies. Now I will show you, this is our album, which is made to be put things like this in, which is great. But I currently separated all of the ephemera packs and put things that are similar together: happy birthdays, any kind of hellos, any kind of love, friends. This is just some odds and ends. Again, this all came in one ephemera pack, and that doesn't count all the ones I used on the cards already. Again, this is still all there. Milestones, grateful, joyous. There's going to be a thank you here eventually. Good vibes. And that is one ephemera pack. It was amazing. Then they have one with this, which is flowers. So I separated big flowers, big leaves. Ones you get to color, little flowers, little leaves. And that's pretty much it. There's as many as in the first pack. They're just, I didn't separate them as much. And then there's one, you know, with food and travel and those kinds of things. There's always some that you can color if you want. And then there was an ephemera pack that's basically tags and journaling cards, and which you can put, you know, your sentiment on. But anyway, for now, I'm putting them in this. I am not convinced it's the best way to do it. This is a wonderful album, but I just don't know. Like, I can't really tip it upside down and shake it because things will fall out. So I don't know that that's going to be my final storage. But anyway, so let's get to the cards. So what I did was, as I told you, I bought 2 packs of both Sunny Springs and Calming Creek. This is the Calming Creek one. If I had to say anything, I'd say this is the more possibility to make masculine cards, although you can make them, you know, flowery and it won't matter. But anyway, so here's an idea of just using my punch, the modern oval, which is real popular and fits a lot of things inside of it. And I just put it up on dimensionals. I took one of the on my hello page, hay was one of them. And it matches this wild wheat. So that would be what we call a casual card. And then I stepped it up a little. Again, this is not like the Avid Crafter, but this is a step up. I added some wild wheat. I added some ribbon. It's actually leather. And I put a gem on it, a basic rhinestone jewel. So as you can see, I mean, they're both nice cards. There's nothing wrong with this card. I would send this card. There are times when I make very simple cards, and this works great. Here's a little bit of a step up. I could have gone even further, but that's basically what I'm going to show you for all of the cards that I made today. All right, and of course, you know, when you put that with an envelope, that's pretty cool. All right. Next, we did birthday wishes. So there was 2 separate sets. There's a couple birthdays, a couple wishes. And then on this one, I stepped it up by adding ribbon and some gems. And that's it. I didn't do anything else. Now, if I wanted to step it up even further, I could put, you know, like cardstock, or I could elevate this part of it. I could put cardstock in the back to offset it. Lots of different things you can do, but that's an example of a simple card and a stepped up one. Then there's Love You, and again, I like that it hangs over, and I elevated it with dimensionals, and so it gives it a little bit of depth, which I liked. And so that's the basic card. And then for the stepped up card, I put a piece of Very Vanilla, which there's a whole bunch of rumors going around about which we dropped and didn't drop within our new catalog, and I would ignore most of those because the people are not seeing it. The catalog is set up totally different than it ever has been before. It's going to take a little getting used to, but stuff is still in there. We did drop the extra thick Very Vanilla, but we still carry Very Vanilla. So anyway, Very Vanilla, I just taped down or glued down with glue dots some ribbon, added the Love You with the gem, and there you go. That's a stepped up version. All right, next. I cheated a little and did a little bit of a step up. This is just a scrap piece of paper that I had. Again, it hangs a little bit in places. I'm okay with that. That's a very simple card, but it's stunning. It's white, black, and gray, which is a very distinctive colorway. And then to step it up a little bit, I added some ribbon, and I put this up on dimensionals, and I colored some of my basic jewels, which is the majority of what I used in all of these. But I did it with our Stampin' Blends, and I used the black. And it makes it really kind of classy. So there you go. I made these in literally minutes. I mean, this is so easy. And you'll notice a theme. I did the same kinds of things with a lot of them. But here's the basic. Again, I just put a stripe and put this up on dimensionals. And then this one, I added a gem. There was only one happy birthday. There is some of the smaller ones only have one version. So this one's a happy birthday, and this is, I can't thank you enough. There are no words to say how thankful I am. But I added a gem, a little phobo, a knot also it's called. But there you go, it's a stepped up version. So these are all of the cards I made with two sets of the Calming Creek. I have to learn all of these. But first of all, what a great gift that you could make for somebody. And these really were very quick. Now we're going to switch it up, and I'm going to go to Sunny Springs Cards and Envelopes. And I'm going to do the same type of thing. A more casual one and a little bit of a stepped up one. And I messed up the first one. So messed it up in that I picked the different flower. So this whole thing is a flower. I just laid it down, and then I did pop up the You're Awesome just to give it a little bit of distinction. But then I used a different flower when I was doing this one. And the reason, oh, that's lovely. There we go. Yeah. So the reason I did that is because it says you make life so rosy, and this is not a rose. So I changed it up, but I did step it up by adding some of the color from here, some gems, and they're both elevated with dimensionals. Essentially, following the routine of stepping it up by adding some more color and some gems. That one came out that way. And so because I did that, I had to steal the rose. This is what I originally had on it, and that's not a rose. But it's as close as I could get to a rose because I didn't have any more roses. So You Make My Life Rosy works for me. And you are awesome using this one. Now this one I stepped it up a little bit by using a Wink of Stella. Let me see if you can. Yeah, you can see that it gets shiny in the center there. Just for a little added pop. And then this one, I popped them up. I used two different ones. There's one of what I called the long leaves or long stemmed flowers. And then another one on top that had the colorway that I wanted. This one matched the two of them together. Thanks for always being a friend. That's the more casual one. And really, I didn't do a whole lot for this. I punched out a circle out of the wild wheat, which is one of the colors. Elevated that up so that you've got dimension with the flowers overhanging. Thanks for always being a friend. And then I added some gems to it. And here is a more simple one. I just pasted that down with my mono adhesive. And then you're the icing on the cake. I thought that was kind of pretty, bringing out some, yellow, green, and pink always go well together. And then the way I stepped this one up was I added a streak here. This is Flirty Flamingo. Added a circle punch. This was already cut out as a circle and had the sentiment in it. And then added a gem. So that stepped it up a little bit. And then the last card I have to show you is a happy birthday. Again, I just put dimensionals underneath it to give it some, because this is pink, it does have white around it, but I wanted some depth. You can see a little bit of shadow there. It kind of makes it stick out a little bit better. And then I just used some of the scraps I had and put 3 bars across it. This causes these to be 4 bars. It just adds a little bit of sort of like a fence in the background is kind of what I was going for. And then we had some gems that I colored to match and popped these up on dimensionals. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you today. It was something coming from a new catalog. Very exciting. I think the price point is good. You get 5 fancy cards and 5 envelopes for $8. And when you buy the ephemera, it's $8, but you get 4 sheets of a whole bunch of things. As you can see, I have lots left over. And I'll be using those on future cards just to give you an idea. And if I come up with a better way of storage, it will kind of depend on what's coming out on the horizon. You also may have heard that we have entered into an agreement with close to my heart, which was closing down, which will give us more items to share with everybody, and they will be more scrapbooking. They did say the scrapbook albums would be 12 by 12. That's the direction they're going into. Unlike our it was very much like a Project Life type of thing where it had pockets. So that's going to change, but we're not getting rid of our stamps, and we're going to have just as many card making things as we do. I'm excited for you to see the new catalog. It's very pretty, and I don't know if anybody mentioned, but the cover, once you take this off, is embossed. It's got leaves that are, it's very pretty. And the intention with the cover is to get together with friends, family, and enjoy crafting together. And that was kind of the reason behind the picture. They want to promote, you know, with the we got away from doing a lot of things, parties and that kind of thing because of the pandemic, and they're just encouraging us to get together. It is very fun to craft with other people. If you have any questions, again, you can reach out at jandufour@yahoo.com. You can go to stampmysilly.com. There are a lot of freebies there, and again, along with each video that I post on YouTube, it also has things like project sheets with measurements. And if you'd like to purchase anything, you can go to jandufour.stampinup.net. New catalog comes out May 1st. Can't wait. Bye.